Hello again. This is Lucky episode. There is a little something that came back from Dublin, Ireland. Lucky episode 13. And aspects of aging are what you will not avoid in order to feel prepared, to be prepared, and to let those who are around you, who care about you, who will continue to care about you as you age, it will let them know how prepared you are for the issues that come up as you continue to live, as you continue to move forward purposefully into the third of your life. I'm going to talk about 3 of those aspects in just a moment, but I tasked you on the last episode to find pain relievers with and without side effects, things that you don't need to add to your list of ailments or conditions or things to deal with, so that you're not adding even more aging aspects to your life. So I decided not to say any of those names, but the side effects are a weakened immune system, depression, muscle pain. These are supposed to be pain relievers. Muscle pain, mood changes, that affects your emotions and your relationships, kidney problems, and ulcers, also, of course, leading to addiction. But there are pain relievers that do not have those side effects. In fact, they can have wonderful health and wellness improving effects on you. It could be using heat and cold. Make sure for all medical and legal and financial things you consult a professional. So heat and cold, physical therapy, de-stressing, that's a whole nother category. Changing your physical reactions to your pain, the way that you are walking that's causing even more pain or different or additional pains. Natural supplements, I use those. Diaphragmatic, don't even know that I'm pronouncing it right, diaphragmatic breathing, something that helps you to control and relieve your own pain. Then there's discovering the difference between pain. This is not pain that's part of the dying process. This is pain that you could live with for decades. The difference between pain and suffering. And there's something called cognitive behavioral therapy. Look into it. Ask your doctor about it. Alrighty. 3 aspects of aging. 1 is assisted living communities. That is not what you generally talk about in your 40s, but it could be something that everyone's talking about in your 70s. So is this an expensive institution that takes away your autonomy, or is this a neighborhood full of friends and helpful people to improve or to maintain your well-being? There are a lot of things to look into. I suggest that you purchase the Pre-Act Your Age prompted journal, and I suggest that you look into the Aging Better Network to find out more about assisted living. It is so different from place to place and from organization to organization, profit, nonprofit, corporate, and local, family owned. So many different amenities. I'm going to talk about that in a few moments. So the second aspect of aging for today is temporary conditions, diseases, recovering from procedures and surgeries, ailments, physical, medical problems that are temporary until you get to a certain age. Then they either seem to last for a very long time for various reasons, or they simply are with you until the end of life because they started towards the end of your days of living. And now it isn't just something temporary, wait a couple weeks, you'll get over it. This could last for a while. And not because you have a diagnosis that's terminal, but simply because your other aspects of aging, your medications, the other conditions that you're dealing with are playing against your recovery. This sounds so bleak, but really there are so many different ways that you can deal with this for your own feelings and reactions' sakes, for your interactions and your interconnections with other people for the sake of continuing to have deep relationships and continuing to have a sense of well-being beyond that temporary, or what used to be temporary, condition. Again, you can look into Pre-Act Your Age Prompted Journal and Aging Better Network, the website of resources, to see what I'm talking about. The last aspect of aging for this episode is your environment. Is it ready for you? Should you experience a short-term, temporary need or a long-term for the remainder of your life, which could be many months, many years, even many decades? Is it ready so that you can continue to have quality of life and that you can welcome in any assistance that you will need so that you can continue to have your activities of daily living go on rather smoothly with just a few little bumps and adjustments? So maybe the first thing you're thinking about are ramps up to the doorway. You might be thinking of grab bars in the bathroom. You might even be thinking of some of those assistive devices that can be brought in and taken out of the home. You might be thinking about wider doorways. Now there's some reconstruction, and how would you handle that? Who would you go to? What is wide enough? So that's just part of being ADA ready already. And I'd like for you to think in terms of you plus 2. If to continue to recover from an injury, you needed 2 people to lift you carefully, either in the bedroom, in the bathroom, or from your favorite place to sit and eat, for 2 people to be able to escort you safely through a doorway and out to a vehicle, what would need to change? Some of the changes can be done in a few minutes, but again, this is about your feelings and your relationships. How can you pre-plan for responses to the need to have your environment, your home, the place that you have loved for months or decades, to be rearranged or restructured, literally, so that safety and comfort and other people that you didn't know were going to be part of your life, everything can operate more smoothly, and you can go back to the business of living your life in this demographic. The question I have for you has to do with that first aspect of aging that I referred to. The question is, what would you name an assisted living community that you own, or you win the opportunity to name it? I came up with a name, and I'm going to share that in the next episode. And what would be some of the amenities that you absolutely have to have in that assisted living community so that you would look forward to living there? You can come up with those. You can be creative. You can think about other people that you've visited at a community and what they had that they enjoyed and that you would think, oh, I really want that too. I've got some of those because I've worked in one of those communities that had continuous care, and some of the living situation, acres and acres of it, was independent living, but some assistance was needed, and I was one of those caregivers. So I have some favorites that I definitely want in an assisted living community that I would move into. Before I finish up, I just want you to this went so smooth in rehearsal, but this is the real thing. The 3 things that I want to touch on in the next episode are, drumroll please, downsize upswing, good riddance. Everyone knows what downsizing is. This next one is a really heavy topic. Change is perceived as loss. You are seeing each change. It was hard enough for you to go through changes when you were in your teens or in your 30s. For various reasons, your personality or experiences when you were a child. But now you see change as being something that is lost forever. You might not live long enough to go back to the way that you want it, or you don't have that option anymore. Change is perceived as loss. And the third one, I said pharmaceuticals, prescriptions, medications. Pharmaceuticals is just a huge part of your life. Either people say, you're kidding, at your age you're only taking vitamins? Or how many different MedMinders do you need throughout every day? Pharmaceuticals, eat, drink, and be medicated. So I wanted to make sure that you know that myself, Christine A. Smith, I am writing these Pre-Act Your Age 52 aspects of aging for myself. I am creating the Aging Better Network website of resources for myself because I am continuing to age. I expect to encounter personally or vicariously through someone near me pretty much every single aspect of aging, their general common challenges as you continue to live. I expect to hit those and to have them hit me, because I said one time in one of these that it used to be I would travel toward those mountains, those places that I wanted to visit or places that I wanted to be in my future life. Now, that mountain is coming to me, that mountain known as advanced aging. And I want to make sure that I am prepared and have my resources and have people in place, and that I am also reaching out to people and telling them, I'm here for you. for those aspects of aging because I know what they are. And we can pre-plan together. Your journey is going to be different than mine. But I'm doing all that for myself and making sure that I put it in a format that can be shared with anyone else because I am the aging enthusiast.